time to watch this video, in which we will be discussing Cambridge Technical's results eligibility. This video is designed to support exams officers and teachers with making important results eligibility checks to make sure Cambridge Technical students expecting a qualification result this summer receive their results as planned. We will focus in particular on how to manage any students that are identified as being at risk of not receiving their results this summer. We want to make sure that you have all the support and the guidance that you need. We've provided a list of key resources that you can refer to, and many of these will also be referenced within the presentation. Before you start your results eligibility checks, take a look at the results eligibility page on the OCR website, which also includes guidance on resolving issues. And take a look at our frequently asked questions on using the progress tracker to check eligibility. And if you need our support at any point or have any questions, then please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. In the autumn, we published the Cambridge Technical's timeline for summer 2025, highlighting this year's key dates and deadlines. A reminder of some of these is provided on this slide. Our timeline provides a useful overview of the steps schools and colleges must take to make sure that results are available on results day in August for those students completing their qualifications this year. It is important to make sure all students that are expecting a qualification result this summer are on track to receive the result as planned. All students who need results must have the correct qualification entry or registration and an estimated completion date of summer 2025 in the Cambridge Technical's Progress Tracker. During this video, we will refer to students with an estimated completion date of summer 2025 as your summer 2025 students. Working together, teachers and exams officers can use the Progress Tracker to complete important results eligibility checks for summer 2025 students, track the progress of students' unit achievements, and identify students at risk of not receiving a qualification result. Failing to complete these checks may mean that there's a risk your students will not receive their results on results day. The Progress Tracker is accessed from our single sign-on service, My Cambridge, and the roles that allow access are the exams officer role and the teacher role. Users with either of these roles can view and check student results eligibility and their estimated completion dates. Only those users with the exams officer's role can amend estimated completion dates, request to withdraw a student from a qualification, and confirm the reason why a student is at risk of not receiving a qualification result this summer. All students in the Progress Tracker are given a qualification result status, and this will be not eligible, achieved, or pending. You must check the qualification result status for each of your summer 2025 students and then take any action that may be required. Summer 2025 students with a result status showing of not eligible are at risk of not receiving a qualification result this summer. Reasons for this status are shown in the Progress Tracker to help you identify and resolve the issue where possible. An achieved status means the student has achieved the full qualification. No action is required, apart from where a student is resitting a unit or some units to improve their qualification result. So please note that the result status will not change from achieved if they are resitting those additional units. To make sure that everything is on track, then please check and monitor the status and progress of the unit or units that the student is retaking. It is likely that many of your summer 2025 students will have a pending status. This means that no issues have been identified and they have unit results pending. So for example, a summer 2025 examined unit result. Pending students are on track to receive their qualification result, but a student's result status can change following the outcome of an activity. So, for example, a moderation or the results release for exam units. Students must achieve all of the units that are required for the qualification before a qualification result can be awarded. It is important to monitor the progress of units to make sure everything remains on track. Don't forget about your students with a pending status. You may also have students following a specialist pathway. Teachers must check that unit combinations for students who are entered for qualifications with pathways are taking the right unit combination. Some qualifications in the 2012 and 2016 suites have specialist pathways. For example, the fitness instructing pathway, which is in Level 3 Sport and Physical Activity 2016 suite. Students must have a valid combination of units to achieve the selected pathway, and this information is provided in the Cambridge Technicals Entry Code booklet and our handy FAQ. When you make a qualification entry, also known as a registration, you don't enter for a particular pathway, so we don't know which pathway has been selected. So this means that the progress tracker, we cannot highlight or warn you about any issues with a student's combination of units. Teachers will need to check that students have the valid combination of units for the pathway that they are following. This is essential for the 2016 qualifications with pathways, as within those qualifications, students must follow a specialist pathway. Final moderation visits of the year should be completed by the 30th of June, and the deadline to submit claims for final visits was the 15th of June. If a late visit after 30th of June is taking place for your centre, then claims need to be submitted at least 2 weeks before the planned visit. If you've not yet submitted your final moderation claims of the year, you may find you have lots of students showing with a qualification result status of not eligible. Before undertaking comprehensive results eligibility checks, then please make sure you've submitted your final claims, as this will allow you to view the most up-to-date qualification result status in the progress tracker. We're now going to look at managing those candidates that are showing at risk. And first of all, by viewing the candidates at risk. So in the candidate at risk area of the progress tracker, you will see details of summer 2025 students who are currently not eligible to receive a qualification result. To view these students, click on the Candidate at Risk tab or the View Candidates button in the warning message, which appears on both the Welcome and the Search Results pages. The Candidate at Risk area only includes students who have an estimated completion date of summer 2025. This is why it's important that all your students expecting a qualification result this summer have an estimated completion date of summer 2025 within the progress tracker. If no summer 2025 students have been identified as currently being at risk of not receiving a qualification result this summer, then you won't see a warning message, and the candidate at risk view will be unavailable, so it will be greyed out. If you are unfamiliar with the progress tracker, then we have included a screenshot of the candidate at risk area within the progress tracker. For each student listed in the candidate at risk area, you can view the qualification that they've been entered for, the total guided learning hours required for the qualification, and a running total of the guided learning hours that have already been achieved or in progress, and the reasons why they are not currently eligible. You can also view, and if you're the exams officer user role, you can amend the estimated completion date within this area of the progress tracker. To support you, we send weekly email alerts if you have any candidates at risk, and the first of these alerts were sent on the 16th of June. This alert is sent to the email address we hold on the NCN register for your centre. But please also check the progress tracker for the warning message, just in case you experience any issues receiving our emails. The alert tells you the total number of candidates at risk. You'll need to log into the progress tracker to view the student details, and this again is in the candidate at risk area. You will continue to receive email alerts until there are no longer any candidates at risk. Remember, only students with an estimated completion date of summer 2025 are included in your at-risk candidates. If a student's estimated completion date is incorrect, so for example, it's showing as summer 2026 when it should be showing as summer 2025, then they will not be included in your warning total or in the candidate at risk area of the progress tracker. And don't forget, if you've not yet submitted your final moderation claims of the year, you may have a lot of students showing as not eligible. So this section of the video will focus on identifying issues and then how to resolve them. Reasons for a not eligible result status are provided in the progress tracker. To view the reasons, hover over Not Eligible Qualification Result Status icon, and you may see more than one reason listed. The main reason is also shown in the candidate at risk view. You might prefer to use the CSV download option to view all the reasons for all your at-risk students. The reasons we help you identify why a summer 2025 student is not eligible to receive their qualification result. So to view all the reasons for all your students at risk of not receiving a result, you may find it useful again to download the data into a CSV file, and this is in the candidate at risk view. We have listed the different reasons that appear in the progress tracker here and what they mean on the right-hand side of this slide. The results eligibility page of our website provides a useful checklist to help you identify the issue for each of the different reasons. You can then use the troubleshooting guidance, which is included on the page, to help you resolve issues for the at-risk students. To resolve certain issues, you will need to complete and submit our online Missing and Incomplete Results request form, which is available from the Post Results area of Interchange. Details of which issues you'll need to use the form for are provided on the Results Eligibility page. So we're now going to have a look at those students who are completing in a future year and those students who have withdrawn from the course. So if a student isn't going to complete their qualification this summer as intended, and you know they plan to complete in 2026 or 2027, amend the estimated completion date in the progress tracker. You can now do this in the candidate at risk area as well as the results summary view. If you amend the estimated completion date, then the student will immediately be removed from your warning total and won't be included in the weekly alerts. If a student has left the course and will not be returning to complete the qualification, you can make a request to withdraw them using the option in the estimated completion date lozenge. Before doing this, please read the guidance which is in our FAQ. If the student is expecting unit results this summer, don't use the withdraw option. Use the qualification result no longer expected this summer option. Once the withdrawal has been processed, the student will be removed from your warning total and won't be included in weekly alerts. To support your management of at-risk candidates, we've added new functionality to the progress tracker this year that allows you to tell us why students are showing as not eligible to receive their qualification result. And we're going to look at these now. Once you've submitted your final moderation claims, changed any estimated completion dates, or made withdrawals, if you still have students showing as not eligible, you need to use the progress tracker to tell us why. In the candidate at risk area, under the column heading, tell us why your candidate is at risk, select the relevant option from the drop-down list. And there are 4 options available. There are qualification result, no longer expected this summer, late moderation visit after 30th of June, issue identified, so query sent to OCR, and student's intention not yet known. And we will look in more detail at each of these options. But also please do refer to the comprehensive guidance that is provided on the results eligibility page and also in our FAQs. If you know a student won't complete their qualification this summer as intended, but you are not yet certain if they will continue next year, and therefore are not in a position to change the estimated completion date, then you can acknowledge a qualification result is no longer expected. If you select this option, the student remains visible in the candidate at risk area with their details appearing to be greyed out, but they will no longer be included in your candidate at risk warning total and won't be included in the weekly alerts. If you know that your student plans to complete in the future year, 2026 or 2027, then you will need to amend the estimated completion date within the progress tracker. If your moderation claim has not yet been submitted because of a late visit scheduled after 30th of June, then please select this option to confirm that a student will still be included in a moderation visit this summer. The student will continue to be included in your warning total and the weekly alerts until the moderation claim has been submitted. Once the claim is submitted, if the student is no longer at risk, they will automatically be removed from the candidate at risk area and your warning total. A candidate might be at risk because of an issue that requires you to contact us at OCR. So, for example, if the student was missed from your final moderation claim, or an incorrect unit or grade was claimed, or a candidate's exam unit status is showing as absent in error. Don't forget to resolve certain issues you will need to complete and submit our online missing and incomplete results request form. After you've submitted the MIR form and contacted OCR, then select the Issue Identified option, which is showing in the progress tracker. The student will continue to be included in your warning total and the weekly alerts until this issue is resolved. Once resolved, then the student will automatically be removed from the candidate at risk area and won't be included in weekly alerts. And if you need to discuss the next steps with your student before you can take any action, then you can acknowledge the warning by selecting this option, which is student's intention not yet known. This is a temporary status until you've confirmed the next steps with the student. So once their intention is known, you will then need to take the required action. This could include making a move down entry, changing the estimated completion date, submitting an MIR, requesting special consideration, or confirming that a qualification result is no longer expected this summer. The student will continue to be included in your warning total and the weekly alerts until the issue is resolved. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you find that you have any queries or need support, then please contact the Customer Support Centre and their contact details are shown on this slide. You will notice at the end of this presentation that we have added some additional slides, and these are there for your reference to show you some information and detail about the Cambridge Technical qualifications. Thank you.